Once upon a time, there is one farmer live in the middle of paddy field. His name is Michael Joy, and he is a kind and productive person. Every month, he can produce 10 dozen of paddy. He has a beautiful and helpful wife alongside him. Her name is Samantha Joy. During his leisure time, he loves to sweep the floor at his warehouse with his favorite broom, and its name is Woody. When Mrs. Joy talked about sweeping the floor, Mr. Michael hid Woody from her wife. He said that Mrs. Joy always breaks the other broom so he can proceed to hide it. One day, Mrs. Joy wanted to sweep their house floor. She asked for the broom and Mr. Michael said he didn't see Woody, but he actually hid it though. After Mrs. Joy finished sweep up the floor, Mr. Michael quickly went to his broom's hidden place. Suddenly, Woody gone from his place. "Oh no! Woody, Woody, where are you?" he shouted nervously. He wondered if Woody was stolen by an evil witch. He searched for Woody all day long. Unfortunately, he couldn't find it. He went to his house sadly. "What's happening to you?" Mrs. Joy asked. "I lost my Woody," replied Mr. Joy. "I'm sure it is somewhere nearby this house," Mrs. Joy said. One night, he dreamt of Woody and it had been taken by an ugly and evil witch. "Ha ha ha ha! Now I have your broom. I will kill all the human next," the witch shouted. Then, she changed Woody from a normal broom to a witch's broom. She rode the broom and in purpose of threatening the nearby town well-being. She flew across the town and frightened the citizens. At that moment, Mr. Michael woke up and started to think too much about it. On the next day, he starts to expand the search perimeter. He goes to a nearby town named Gluten Town. He stormed to every possible place to find Woody. Mr. Michael asked the citizens about it. Unfortunately, nobody knows about Woody's whereabouts, and the citizens think that he produces too much paddy and now his brain is wide just like the paddy fields. But there's one thing that sets successful people like Mr. Michael apart from the rest. He is not a quitter. He resumes his searching progress.
After 2 months of searching, Mr. Michael's hopes to find Woody started to waver. Until one day, he saw a little kid who was playing with a familiar broom, but it's different than usual. Turned out, it was Woody, but it could flew higher than any bird, gloriously at that. Looks like Mr. Michael's dream was not just a joke or a fairy tale story anymore. The little kid entered some kind of eerie house to return the broom. He wanted to get his broom back. However, Mr. Michael cannot just took it without any plan. Yet, he had a blueprint sheet of the house which was good news for him. He returned to his house and told his wife about it. They were planning some ways on how to take back Woody from the witch. It was full moon night. He went to the witch house, standing still right in front of the door, taking a sharp breather before knocking a few times. "Hello? Anybody here?" he shouted. Somehow, the door opened by itself. He entered the house and the door behind closed shut. He cannot see a thing. He took out his torchlight, quivered, showing a sign of fear. He knew it was a risky plan, but this was the only way for him to talk and deal with the witch. "Ha ha 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 ha. So, You have come for the broom. I'll punish you for the crime of intruding my house. The witch shrieked. Wait, I know you're hungry, and I have an apple with me. This is your favorite, right? It's rare and sweet. Maybe we can have an exchange. Appease, Mr. Michael. Abruptly, the witch started to speak softly with him. She had not eaten for a whole year and decided to agree to the parley. A bag of apples was snatched from Mr. Michael's hand and was devoured in a blink of an eye. She ate the apple greedily. Even though you give me this apple, but I won't let you off so easily. There are terms and conditions that you must obey. First one, you must have to let your wife to use this broom. Second, don't you dare to ask the broom about doing any house chores on its own. And last one is, you must put at least one scarecrow at your peripheral because they will be my eyes and ears, ordered the witch. Alright, I agree with it, said Mr. Michael. Finally, Woody had returned once again. He was taking Woody home and managed to get a good night's sleep that day. Next morning, Mr. Michael woke up happily as he was able to reunite with Woody. But something wasn't right. He got too excited about the magical broom. He then asked Woody to sweep the floor. Oh no, he had disobeyed the rule. It's okay, the witch won't see my action, whispered Mr. Michael confidently. The witch promised that when any rules that were set are broken, there will be consequences. A moment later, the cloud darkened. Lightning was striking left and right. Woody slipped from Mr. Michael's grasp once again. It was gone. Without any second thoughts, he ran to the witch house and kicked the door down. Woody, don't go to the witch, Mr. Michael said. I have already told you about the rule and the consequences, and you still broke them. Serve you right. Ha 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 ha. Screeched the witch.
The witch played around. Mr. Michael promises to the witch that it will never happen again, and the witch gives him another chance easily. He returns to his house and trying not to break the rules again. As he arrives home, he saw Mrs. Joy sweeps the floor. No, I must hide Woody from her, Mr. Michael said again. Oh, Mr. Michael does it again. He has break the rules again. This time around, he hides Woody from Mrs. Joy. Yet again, Woody slips from Mr. Michael's grasp once again. Poor him. He is such a forget people. He meets the witch to talk about Woody once again, but this time a lot more speechless. Ah! Look who's back. What now? Mrs. Witch, please give me my Woody back. I promise that this was the last scenario. Mr. Michael. Disastrously, the witch hesitates to give him Woody. She can give Woody back, but if this scenario repeats, she will take Woody forever with her. Mr. Michael suggests to remove the magic that is alive in Woody, so both of them can live happily. That's That's a great idea. But but I'm still hesitate with you. But maybe we can deal with something. Alright, we can do it. Let's go. After that, the witch removes the alive magic inside Woody. Woody turns into its normal form and he has been taken home safely. Thank you for understanding, Mrs. Witch. I promise this will never happen again. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Mr. Michael talked very, very fast and with much more confidence around him.
Let's see how it goes. But no problem. Next time, don't be a stingy person, or else I will take Woody from you again.
The witch said. Since then, Mr. Michael allows her wife to use Woody, but with a very gentle and careful action must be taken. Alright, from the story just now, who can tell me the moral values from the story? I can give one, which is sometimes when you want to regain trust, you need time. Which is when you know someone just in a few days, you cannot trust them easily. So what we can say here is we must know the people first, and to give him the trust, him or her the trust, is very difficult for now. Just like what the witch do. So what the witch do is simply good. So what we can say is trust is very difficult to regain, to regain it this time around for this kind of situation of the world. So the second moral value is please be a disciplined person, which is when you have a rule, you must obey it. Just like what Mr. Michael do here, don't do that. The witch has to deal with him, which is she gave him the rules and the deal, but Mr. Michael forget about the rules, and two times he breaks the rule, which he took Woody and do whatever he wants. So the moral story is don't ever you do that. When you have a rule and you must obey it, you must know the rule. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for your commitment for today. Thank you for listening and have a nice day. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.